everybody, welcome back to another video, the T on NPD and relationships. Hello everyone, to all of my new subscribers and new family members. Hello, hi there, and welcome. And to my tribe and family at large, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and watching another video, fam. Y'all know I'm getting ready to talk about what? Yes, indeed, that Thursday night live stream. Listen, this is pretty important. You know, I tell y'all on this channel, we like to have a balanced diet. Okay, we want good information, conversation. We want all that, but we want to get to the meat of the matter. I want y'all to be able to heal, you know, from the inside out and get the healing and restoration that you so desperately need. Okay, and that only comes by actually taking care of the soul. Y'all see, we have someone making a cameo right here. Y'all see her. I tried to get her on for Thursday night for you guys, but she wouldn't let me. So, but right now she's hanging out. So, Miss Bella, yours truly, is right here. All right, y'all. So listen, but this is where we have the deep conversations with the soul. You know what I'm saying? About the soul. So we may repair the soul. And I mean, it's not something that we can actually do, but our actions. We take our soul back to the maker himself, which is none other than God himself. And we surrender. I mean, because that's the only way that you're going to really get through this. You're going to ever really be able to make it over to that place of healing, wholeness, and boldness, okay? Because this type of abuse is really damaging. And so we want to make sure that we have... Hi there. We want to make... Hi. Hi, girly. We want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to ensure that we are engaging in that healing process with the Word of God, and Holy Spirit has preeminence in that space and on this channel, period. So I want you all to join us Thursday nights. It's usually around 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're on the YouTube and Facebook platforms, please make sure that you turn your notification bells on, okay? So you know when we go live. All right. Y'all know I'm asking y'all to hit that like button, hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button for your girl, all right? Listen, y'all know that the goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes. If you what rocks with your girl, hit that like button for me, okay? Somebody hit it for you, hit it for somebody else, okay? Can y'all do that for me, please? All right. And also, too, I am accepting new coaching clients. So if you are in need of coaching services, you can email me at the email listed in the description, and I will get back to you. All right. Also, what else? Oh, y'all know I'm about to talk about the book. Yes, indeed. Listen, Seduced by Satan. Indeed. Y'all, I would like for you to pick up your copy of the book today. Pick up your copy of the book today. Listen, I want y'all to see how in this book, and it's based on a true story, okay? This is not fictional. It's for real. Based on a true story. I want y'all to see in this book how a somatic/cerebral narcissist gets down, okay? How they actually take advantage of supply. And not just take advantage of supply, but this was actually a narcissist with means. He didn't build it by himself, but you're going to see. I ain't going to spoil it for y'all. That's going to go ahead and get the book. You'll see. But I'm going in on every chapter and on these birds in the commentary. I am. So pick up your copy of it today, okay? All right. Seduced by Satan. The link is pinned in the description below. All right, y'all. Let's jump into the topic of this video. I want to get to it. I want to talk about you can never relax around a narcissist, okay? And they hijack your nervous system, okay? We're going to talk about that today. Yes, indeedy. They truly hijack your nervous system, okay? Let's talk about that. Because you know what? I want y'all to understand something about these birds. They can be very damaging, okay? And the impact of their abuse, the body keeps score, y'all. It really does. The body keeps score. So when you're thinking about all of the different things, all of the different things that you went through, in that abuse, in the relationship, how you were never able to relax. It's always controlled chaos that's going on. You know what I'm saying? They'll start an argument they'll pick a fight just to start an argument for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up there like, it was quiet, it was cool, it was calm, it was collected. Why do we have to do this? Why are you starting an argument? They like to pick fights. They want to be oppositional on purpose. So it's very disheartening, first of all. And then it's also very damaging for you to be in a relationship with them for long periods of time. Y'all, this one right here is spoiled, y'all. So just listen, bear with me, okay? She has to get her time right now. So it's very disheartening. And it's just like, you understand that people have problems. You understand that people have problems, and they need to deal with their problems. But a narcissist that's a situation on a whole nother level. It's beyond a problem. It is beyond, a misunderstanding. It's beyond all of that. When you are dealing with a narcissist, this thing is off the hook. You on a straight crazy train ride that has no end date, no end. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And people think that when a narcissist discards you, it's the worst thing in the world. Baby, that's a blessing. It is. It's a blessing, because you actually get your nervous system get a chance to reset and recalibrate if you can. But some people have been in that situation so long, y'all. They can. Once that's over, they are done with the narcissist. Their nervous systems are so impaired that they really have to go through a lot of different types of therapies to get themselves back on track. But that's what I want to really, I want to focus on, how you're never able to relax. You're never able to relax. And not only that, they hijack your nervous system. So one of the first things I want to talk about, I want to cover I want to highlight actually 5 things in this video. And I want to talk about the first one is they activate the fight, flight, or freeze. Okay. And with the fight, flight, or freeze, narcissists can often activate this, and they gaslight, when they're gaslighting you, the unpredictable moods. You know how they go through the mood swings and different things like that. And this keeps your body, your nerves on edge. And that's what it's supposed to do. And so what it does is this helps your body, or actually it hurts your body in terms of like staying on edge, and you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You're easily, like somebody come and startle you, you can be easily startled like that. It also causes you to be irritable and have anxiety as well, with that, in that fight, flight, or freeze. And so, you're just always in a tizzy, always, you know what I'm saying? And so when you're always walking on those eggshells, like, you don't know when they're going to move, what type of move are they going to make now? Are they going in there and tap something? What type of, are they going to go in there and destroy something and then say, oh no, they didn't do it, they lie? Or, even stealing. Y'all got to put your stuff up. A lot of y'all nervous because the narcissists be walking around there stealing from you. You understand what I'm saying? You got to put your stuff away because the narcissist over there stealing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And so your body can get stuck in that fight, which is that anger stage, or it can get stuck in the flight, which is the anxiety and the avoidance. And also the freeze is when you just shut down and you just become numb. You could get stuck right there. But the second thing I wanted to cover too was the chronic cortisol and adrenaline. Y'all, this right here is crazy. So what happens is when you keep going through that stress and you keep going through all of the stuff that they're putting you through, right? So your body is releasing that cortisol, your midsection is getting bigger, you're swollen, inflamed, and different things. Your adrenal glands are pumping out that stress hormone, all of that. Over time, this is going to lead you to getting to that place of tiredness and burnout. Okay? You're going to be tired and burnt out. Why? Because you keep going through the same and what y'all have to understand, that these are cycles that the narcissists take you through. The love bomb, the devalue, the discard, all of them have their part with your nervous system. Okay? You start having the brain fog and the memory lapse and all of that, the memory issues. You can't remember from one day. You talking about remember from one day to the next, baby. Sometimes you can't remember from 1 minute to the next. Sleep all jacked up and everything, okay? And then not only that, some of y'all, I'm going to just tell you, some of y'all probably, if you was like me, you was so burnt out and so fatigued. Y'all, I could fall asleep standing up, leaned up against a wall because I was so tired all the time. On sight, I'm falling asleep. Okay? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, some of y'all went through the same thing. On sight, you falling asleep. But then some of y'all had the opposite effect. You couldn't sleep, couldn't take a nap, couldn't do any of that. But guess what all of that leads to? All of that is going to jack up your immune system, because if you don't get your proper rest, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get sick. Body start breaking down. Because in the night, that's when you actually repair yourself. Your body is repairing itself. It's actually, making sure you getting, you got to get your rest so your body and your cells can repair themselves. You could build your body and cellular structures, and all the way down to the molecular levels can build themselves back up. That's important, y'all. That's important, y'all, that you get your rest. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your rest. But all of that, staying awake and not being able to sleep, that stuff, it begins to mess with your nervous system, all right? And then also, too, your nervous system actually becomes deregulated. You know what I'm saying? It's dysregulation, or actually dysregulated, dysregulated. And so what that means is basically your nervous system is dysfunctional. It's going to be dysregulated. It's not functioning properly, right? So what that means is that when your nervous system becomes dysregulated, what's going to happen is through all of those cycles, the love bomb, the devalue, the discard, all of that, the withdrawal trains your nervous system to constantly shift between high arousals, okay? It's going to constantly shift between high arousals and low collapse. So the high arousals are those places of panic and anxiety, okay? That's where you're going to be first. And the low collapse is depression and exhaustion. So your nervous system actually becomes dysregulated in this whole situation. So you're going to go from high to low, and that's where you're bouncing back and forth all the time. That right there, first of all, is not healthy, and that's how your nervous system becomes dysregulated. Okay, meaning it's not functioning properly. Period. Okay, and this dysregulation is similar to what we call complex trauma, or PTSD. Okay, it's compared to that. Now, also too, what I wanted to talk about, the other one was the polyvagal impact. Now I'm going to break this down and tell y'all what that is. This is real important too, because what that does is the vagus nerve. It is the nerve that's responsible for calming and regulation. You being able to calm down. The vagus nerve is responsible for that. Okay. But what happens in narcissistic abuse is that nerve actually gets compromised, family. It gets compromised. And so what you do is you may lose the ability to self-soothe. You know how sometimes y'all will sit down and maybe you get your crochet needles or something like that. Like, okay, I'm going to just sit here and maybe crochet for a little while. Maybe I'm going to sit here and do a crossword puzzle. You can't do that. Because when it starts to affect that nerve right there, you can lose your ability to self-soothe. Not only that, but you struggle with digestion, gut problems. You know, some of y'all start to have really bad diarrhea because your stomach is tore up. Nerves are all off. You know what I'm saying? Rapid heart rate. You can experience that rapid heart rate, which is also called heart palpitations. You know what I'm saying? Shallow breathing. Some of you may have experienced the tightness in your chest. Y'all, this is how they hijack your nervous system. This is crazy. One person in your life doing all this trash. This is crazy. And so emotional and physical symptoms, because your nervous system is overworked and all of this kind of craziness, you're going to see headaches, muscle tension, stomach ache. Sometimes your lower back is tore up. You know, your back hurting just period. Muscles tense and tight all over your body. Some of y'all done experience panic attacks and emotional floods of, you just crying all the time or angry all the time. You know, not only that, but just feeling frozen, stuck. You know, just like you can't move. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trapped. And then you have difficulty trusting safety, even when the narcissist is not present. So they hijack your nervous system so bad that even when them clowns are not around, you still have trouble trusting safety systems and things, even when they're not around. Now that right there is enough for you to say goodbye forever. I'm serious, y'all. Because the way that these clowns, you can never relax. You're going to always be in an uproar. Every time you deal with them, it's going to always be something. So family, listen, I hope y'all take this information and really listen. Because these clowns will do you in. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. All right? So y'all take good care of yourselves, fam. And I will see you all on the next video. And I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.